Hi, good evening, everyone. Um, this is Dr. Hardik, and this is going to be an amazing webinar. This is part of our ongoing Nexus webinar series. And again, the goal is to kind of bring you some amazing names to really kind of help you in your journey as you start to build your practice. And today we are incredibly fortunate to have Dori Soukup. She is based out of Daytona Beach, Florida, and she's an amazing lady, really a pioneer of sorts in this space. And she's an author, a global speaker, business developer, mastermind group leader, and founder of a company called Insparation Management. Now, the SPA is spelled SPA. So if you're looking it up, it's Inspiration Management. And what they really do is they specialize in med spa, aesthetic practices, wellness development, advanced business education, and marketing tools to really help medical professionals and entrepreneurs really elevate their practice. She's globally recognized. She's an expert in the medical aesthetic and wellness field. She's a 4-time author, 8-figure business advisor, and the list kind of goes on and on. And again, we're privileged to have someone like her today because I think as this industry continues to grow, and fortunately, a lot of you now at least have much more guidance and direction than I did when I first started. It was just kind of like feeling around in the dark. And I wish I had known about her, 15, 16 years ago, because I really kind of stumbled my way through. But without further ado, let's bring Dori on. And, I'm sure we're going to get a lot of tips, tricks, pearls, on how to really kind of grow our build our business, and hopefully scale it one day and potentially even exit. So thank you.
What is that doing?
That wasn't her. This is her.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Soni. It's so great to be with you guys. And I love what you are doing with Dr. Lana and the education you are providing to the industry. I think that's amazing. We need more people like you guys to make sure that our industry is going in the right direction. So congratulations on all the efforts you're putting forth. So happy to be with you tonight.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And again, it's an honor, and we really are looking forward to, some of the pearls that you're going to have for us today.
Yes, I'm super excited because today we're going to talk about how to improve your positioning and raise your prices so you can become more profitable. Sometimes in our industry, as a consulting firm, we get to meet so many people that are playing the price war games rather than improving their positioning and be more profitable. So tonight, I am going to be sharing some great strategies to let you see things maybe in a different light, open up your eyes to ways that you can run your practice and elevate your success. So I'm super excited to be with you. Again, I love to know who our audience is. So I want to invite you all to put in some information, whether you're already in practice, maybe if you're opening soon or you're planning to open. And if you have questions as we go along, feel free to put them in the chat. I have some of my team here that are going to be helping, as well as Mike, also on the Aesthetic Nexus side. And of course, Dr. Soni is with us. So we want to make this as beneficial as possible to all of you. And I want to start by offering you some gifts. As Dr. Soni mentioned, I am a published author, and I would love to give all of you complimentary copies of my book. You can pick which one you want. My most recent one is Medical Aesthetics Success, Your Business in the Black. It's the one with the black cover. But then another very popular one is How to Make Millions with Your Medical Spa. Both of them are actually found on Amazon. But if you go to our website, inspirationmanagement.com, you can get a complimentary copy there. So it's right there on the homepage. It will be our pleasure to help you. This is really our payback to the industry, how we give back. The other gifts I like to start with is offering you a complimentary coaching session. Again, on the homepage, you'll see that. And there's also a great tool called the capacity calculator. And the capacity calculator will allow you to see your true potential based on the amount of rooms that you have available. So feel free to go and download them and use them and put them to good use within your practice. So with that, let's get started. Are you ready? So grab a pen and a paper because we are going to be sharing a lot of information. So here's what we're going to go over today. The first thing we're going to discuss is some of the challenges that most people have. And please feel free to agree with us if you also experience some of these challenges. One is many people don't really know how to brand and position themselves. You go from one website to another, you don't see many differentiation between different practices. Or as I mentioned a little earlier, everybody's playing price war games, trying to see how much more they can discount so they can get clients. And they feel that if they are cheaper, they're going to be able to succeed more. Well, nothing is further than the truth. And then the other thing is not having a proper business model. So they lack systems, structure, strategies, and solutions on how to truly operate the business. So tonight, I hope I can address some of these things for you and turn these challenges into solutions. So let's go ahead and start with the table of content. Actually, before we do that, I have a little success story to get you excited. Is that video on or no? Okay, so I want to introduce you to Dr. Walters. You know, we've been at this for 23 years, and every once in a while, there are these superstars that just take all the information and they implement it, and they just exceed everyone's expectations. Well, Dr. Walters did exactly just that. She has a medical spa in Sarasota. That percentage on the slide that you see there, she grew her business by over 2,200% in 1 year of becoming a member with us. She went from zero profit and not paying herself to generating over $250,000 in profit and paying herself. She also became a published author coming to our book writing seminar. So she has set a whole new standards of implementation and success. So we had a little video here. I don't know if it's available to show, but I just want to show you what is possible, get you excited and motivated. And if she can do this, so can you. So go ahead, Danny, maybe you can show it.
Master injector and founder of Air Med Spa in Sarasota, Florida. I met Dori in August of 2022, 2 years after opening my own medical spa business. At the time, I was very frustrated and overwhelmed with a lot of the responsibilities that it takes to be a business owner. And I knew I wanted to grow and have a big, successful business. However, I just didn't know what steps to take. And it just seemed like my growth was slow. I wasn't seeing enough clients, and I just really wasn't making a lot of money. A lot of my profits were being spent on cost of goods. I decided to join as a high achiever in inspiration management, and I went to work. Dori helped me implement process, train our team members, outline our membership program, and help to brainstorm growth strategies for the practice. After just 1 year, my total gross revenue increased by 82.2%. I also was able to increase my net profit by 2,000%. I am blown away at how much my business is thriving and growing, and I really owe my success, and I owe a big thank you to Dori and her team members, because without their help, I think I would still be lost to this day.
So as you can see, the possibilities are endless when you have a proven, effective business model to follow. And I always say that if somebody can do that, then so can you. So let's go ahead and dive into all the different strategies we're going to discuss tonight. And I want to define positioning first before we move on. So what is positioning? Positioning is how you differentiate your products and services from your competitors, and knowing which market niche you are targeting. So what it comes down to is that when you position yourself or know how to position yourself and you set that goal and that standard, then consumers are able to know what you are all about and what you stand for. So I would love for you to take a quick little assessment about your positioning. Like if somebody goes to your website or they find you online, whether it's Instagram or Facebook, what are they really thinking about your positioning? How are you coming across? So I just want to use a quick little example for you to really drive this point home. Okay, are you going to wake up?
I'm reading our comment section. Sorry.
Okay, I'm not controlling my own slides here, which makes it difficult for me. So I have my team here trying to control them. So forgive me if I, a little bit slower here. All right, so let's dive into positioning. You've got different brands that are definitely very clear on what their positioning are all about. So to define this point, let's talk about Walmart, for example. Walmart, everybody knows that if you want to save money and you want to live better, that's actually their slogan, then you go to Walmart because you just can save a lot. So their positioning is all about being catering to the lower market. And usually your positioning sets the price and experience as well as the expectation based on that. So I want to ask you, who are you targeting? Which is your market, your target market? So then you have Target, the store. So you can definitely tell the difference between Walmart and Target. Target goes after more of middle class people. So their prices are not as low as Walmart. They're a little bit higher, and you can definitely tell the difference in the experience, the products, the way the store is laid out. So with us in our medical aesthetics industry, we want to be able to target people with discretionary income, because the fact is everything in the medical spa is expensive. So you're not going to be able to target people that are going maybe to Walmart to come and spend thousands of dollars with you. So we have Walmart, we have Target, then we have department stores like Neiman Marcus. So Neiman Marcus is a totally high-end store, whether it's Saks Fifth Avenue or Neiman Marcus or whichever store that targets the higher-end people. You can tell the type of experience based on the quality that store offers. You don't see Neiman Marcus competing with Walmart or Target, do they? No. So people, when they go to Neiman Marcus, they know they're going to pay a higher price. So the question then is, who is your target market? Come on, please go back one. Okay, so when you have these three different stores, then you really need to find out who you're going after. Do you see, for example, Neiman Marcus competing with Target or Walmart? No, absolutely not. They have their prices and they stick to them. And that's what I meant earlier by people playing price war games. You need to choose your positioning. Who are you going after? And stick to that target market. So positioning is key. You really need to know who you're targeting, and you need to decide that you need to be the only choice. So don't compete on price. Compete on expertise instead. Compete on positioning instead. So when you decide to market to the affluent consumers, you no longer have to play price war games. You'll be able to attract them based on the experience and your expertise. So keep that in mind. So let's go ahead and start by assessing your brand and your positioning. That's key. So I want you to go to your website. Pull out your menu, your business cards, your social media platform. Do you have a unified brand? Is it all the same colors, fonts, looks, feel? So it's all unified. You need to take time to make that assessment and see what you need to improve. What impression are people taking away after they come to your place and see what your place is all about? So I gave you a list. By the way, if you'd like to have this presentation, we'll be more than happy to send it to you. If you want to shoot us an email, we could do that. But those are all very important things that you should really look at when you're trying to assess your branding. So be honest with yourself when you do that, by the way. Look at it with brand new eyes. So, all right. So next, let's talk about how we differentiate. Because to me, actually, differentiation is key. What separates you from the rest? If you're going to go after the affluent consumer, how are you attracting them to your business? What are you doing? How are you communicating with them to attract those affluent consumer? So we're going to talk about 4 different secrets to help you differentiate yourself. And the first one is probably one of the biggest missed opportunity that we see over and over, and that's lack of social proof. When you're doing a presentation or when you're sharing a consultation with someone, by the way, we call that a get to know you consultation rather than just a plain old consultation. When you're sitting down with someone and you want to try to convince them to buy a high ticket program with you, you want to make sure that you are convincing them by showing social proof. Here's a tip I want to share with you. Most people show their before and after picture like the image you see on the right. They're so tiny, you can't see the before from the after. Frankly, it's really ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. And everybody does the same thing. You go from one website to another to another. So what we teach instead is featuring your presentation. And how we do it is by telling a story. And what we teach all of our members and members of our community is to feature their transformations, either electronically or in a beautiful photo book, an album of transformations, so they can really drive the point home about all the transformations that they create. So we start with the problem. Why did they come to you? Then we show them how they felt about that problem. And then what treatments did they actually have to address those concerns? And then what the results were, and have a lifestyle picture of the after instead of the little tiny little before and after pictures. And then having a testimonial from that person right below. So imagine coming to your website and instead of just having a brief description of Botox, filler, and the little tiny pictures, seeing those case studies and seeing those transformation stories, and you have somebody there with the consultation and you're showing that social proof, how fast do you think they're going to say yes to you versus seeing the little tiny before and after pictures? So that's a huge, huge differentiator. And I hope that you guys will implement at least this strategy from what we're talking about tonight. So what you want to talk about is featuring those transformations. You want to talk about the pain points that they have and what their goals were. Share how you took away the pain and gave them the pleasure via the treatments that you offered. And then, of course, their experience as the result. So if you follow that structure, you're going to be selling and recommending a lot more high-ticket programs. Instead of just selling a couple $100 worth of treatments, you're going to be able to sell thousands of dollars worth of treatments. All right, so secret number 2 is don't be a noise maker like everybody else. Be the expert that you are. And the best way to feature yourself as an expert is through videos. Videos are where we get actually most of our clients. Like when somebody calls up our office, it's always, how did you hear about us? And most people say, we heard about it from YouTube, or we found you on YouTube. We have a very awesome YouTube channel, by the way, if you'd like to go and subscribe to it. We literally have hundreds of videos on the YouTube channel. But video allows you to position yourself as the expert. Go back, please. So when you are featuring case studies, consumer tips, educational videos, product treatment and reviews, Q&A. So literally you have 10,000 different videos that you can create. And the more videos you put on your YouTube channel, the more you'll be able to attract people. Here's the fact. YouTube is owned by Google. Google is the #1 site. YouTube is the #2 site. And Google is also a search engine. So when someone goes online to search and you have videos on there with proper SEO below it, then your videos are going to be found. And guess what? People are going to be reaching out to you. And the other thing is today, people don't like to read as much as watch. Everybody's attached to their phone. They're always looking at things. They're watching things, and it makes a huge difference. So I highly recommend you start doing some video marketing so you can really feature your expertise. All right, so number 3 is content marketing. It's kind of like video marketing, but content marketing is about getting published, publishing blogs or vlogs or books. You know, even though some people don't like to read, but the sheer factor that you have author next to your name totally puts you at a different level than everyone else. I'm a proof of that. When I published my first book, my business went on steroids. Like I beat almost every other consultant simply because I had a book. Now, you could do the same thing. When people are searching for whether it's Botox, fillers, sexual health, wellness, whatever, and they go online and they're looking for places, and your website comes up and you have videos, you have a book, you have articles, you have case studies, you have transformation studies. Who are they going to pick? You are the only choice at that point. And you know what? Writing a book is actually easier than you think. Dr. Walters, who I showed you the video, she came to our book writing seminar and she wrote her book in 1 weekend, and she had published it within 45 days of that seminar. And you can do the same thing. This is actually Dr. Kirshner, who also wrote 2 books so far with us. And she's known as the wellness guru. Her books are titled Get Your Mojo Back. One is about weight loss and one is about bioidentical hormones. And again, if these ladies can do it, so can you. And yes, you two gentlemen can do it. It's not only the ladies. So yes, becoming a public speaker, becoming a published author, becoming a video celebrity, all these things are definitely differentiators and help your positioning so you can then raise your prices and increase your revenue. So they're all really interconnected, as you see. The secret number 4 is how to engage with followers on your social media, just like what we're doing right now. You know, Aesthetic Nexus is being a contributor to the community, to the med spa industry. So you can do the same thing. You can host these kind of webinars where you're educating consumers, where you're educating members of your communities. And the more you educate and the more you share, the more they're going to be drawn to you. And that's exactly what marketing is all about. That's exactly what positioning and differentiating is all about. So definitely you want to engage with your followers on social media. So we teach this. We really want you to be the only choice. So when people are trying to make a decision, you're going to give them so much information and so much social proof that you are the best, that they're going to be coming to you. So of course, when you were talking about marketing and differentiation, so we want to be able to generate leads from these social media activities. We want to be able to be timely with our direct messaging when somebody DMs you. You want to be able to publish reels and stories and do like your nice before and after pictures with lifestyle pictures rather than the tiny ones we discussed. Doing Facebook campaigns. So it's not just enough to post. Posting, really, unless you do stories and reels, posting is, it's okay. But what you really should do is Facebook campaigns. And when you do Facebook campaigns with a great offer, then people are going to come into your sales funnel. And then if you implement the proper business model, then you're able to really make a difference. So the bottom line, though, is featuring your expertise, yours and your teams. And when people see that you guys are the experts, then again, it's easy to draw them to you. Sounds good? Yes. So I'm a big marketing junkie. I have, over my years in the industry, I've always joined mastermind groups. I've always attended the most expensive marketing strategies seminars because I love marketing. As a matter of fact, you could have the most beautiful place. If you don't have marketing and sales, you have nothing. You have nothing. So you've got to market. So we have a seminar actually coming up next month about advanced marketing mastery. So we'd love to have you join us. And we're doing a special for the aesthetic Nexus folks where you can buy one ticket, get one free. So you can go to inspirationmanagement.com again and get a ticket and join us. We're in Daytona Beach, Florida. You get to come down. It's right on the beach in one of the most beautiful hotels here. And you get to enjoy 2 days with us and learn about the latest marketing strategies. So hope you will join us. You can go to the website to learn more. Okay. Oh, these are just some other seminars that we offer. So if you go to our website, you'll get to learn more about those. All right, so let's talk about raising your prices. And why should you raise your price? Well, you should raise your price because most medical spas that first reach out to us are not profitable. Like they work so hard, but you're not making profits. And it's sad. It really is. Like, why would you want to take all the risk, invest all that money, work so hard if you're not going to be profitable? It just does not make any sense. So what we want to do is stop that discounting. And the best way to stop discounting is to launch the VIP program that we teach, where you create a membership model where the only time you really discount is to generate brand new leads. That's the only time you should make offers. And then the rest of the time, it should just be through your VIP program. And when you implement a VIP program and you have an effective business model with it, you can't help but make profits. So it's really not rocket science. We have perfected this business model for the past 23 years that if you implement it as we teach it, and as you have all the manuals and the scripts and the processes and the systems that go along with it, then you will definitely succeed. So let me go over it quickly with you so that way you know what the business model is all about. So as you see, step number 1 is all about positioning, and that's what we're talking about now. Is it starts with how we set the foundation and how we want to show up to consumers. So if we show up as classy and experts and professional, and we know what we are talking about, then people are going to be drawn to you. So once we establish our positioning, then we need to kick in the marketing. That's number 2. And marketing is all about lead generation. We want to make sure that we make smart marketing decisions to where we're going to attract the right leads, not just any leads. Not all leads are created equally. We want those affluent leads. We want people with discretionary income that can afford what you offer. We don't want broke people that you do all that work and then they end up telling you at the end, no, I can't afford it. So want you to be smart about who you are targeting. So once we get those leads, then we need to have a process in place for lead management. Like, what happens with that lead once it comes into your funnel? What are we doing with them? Who is following up with them? Do we have an email sequence? Do we have a text sequence? Do we have an offer to bring them in? What is that offer to bring them in? And what are those percentages? Out of so many leads that come in, how many of them are coming in for the get to know you consultation? How many of them are buying high ticket programs? How many of them are becoming members, and so on? So the lead management part is huge, and many people drop the ball on that. Number 4 is probably one of the biggest problems in our industry, and that is how people do consultations. We actually teach it this way. Most people, when they first come to us, they practice what we call the a la carte business model. Here's what I mean by that. The phone rings, somebody says, I want Botox. Your receptionist says, yes, I can help you with that. They come in, they get their Botox, and they leave. Well, you just left a lot of money on the table. Instead, though they want Botox, they should come in, and by having the proper intake forms and process and system in place, then we get to do the get to know you consultation from head to toes, find out all of their concerns, customize a program, which is going to lead to a high ticket program worthy of thousands of dollars instead of hundreds of dollars. And now we're truly taking care of our clients. So that consultation process is huge. And it's definitely one of the most important revenue generating mechanism within your practice. And you know what's sad? Is most medical spas don't even have a consultation suite. It's like, that's your sales center. That's where all the magic happens. And yet we do a consultation in the treatment room. Big, 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 big mistake. So we have a sacred system that we teach. It's called Success with Guest Consultation. And you really need to teach your team on how to do those consultations. As a matter of fact, we believe in a separate position, a person that we call a treatment and product specialist, where they can actually do consultation after consultation after consultation, and they basically feed the entire team. And that's what we teach. And the people that implement that model experience exponential growth. It's amazing. So number 5 is delivering that great guest experience. So we want to give that Neiman Marcus, that Ritz-Carlton experience, not just you're a number, come in and go through and, you know, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am type of experience. We don't want to do that. And then number 6 is where we turn them into a member. Once we've delivered on that program, then we sign them up into the VIP program. And the VIP program should generate 6 figures a month for you just from recurring revenue. And when you have that, it takes all the pressure of being in business or having a little slump. It will keep that business going and keep you growing, which what we really want to do. And then, of course, number 7 is elevating that lifetime value, because we want them to stay with us for a long time to come. So that's what we call the 7 steps to 7 figures business model. And we help people implement that by accessing MedSpa Biz University. It's the platform where the entire model lives on. And that's how people that are in our community implement the model so they can reach exponential growth. Sounds good? Yes. All right. So these are the 3 systems. So if you want to raise your prices, I would start by reinventing my menu, because you can't just raise the price without launching something new and exciting. So you might want to reinvent your menu, train the team on the mindset of being able to charge more. I would host a grand opening actually and relaunch if you're already in business. And then definitely launch that recurring revenue model. And you will see your business will definitely skyrocket. All right. So wrapping up here with some business tools. So if you have questions as we're going along here, feel free to put them in and we'll be answering some questions here. But I just want to tell you that you don't have to reinvent the wheel, friends. You know, I learned that a long time ago. If I want to do something, I do my research. I find out who's already done it and done it the best. Go to them, learn it, and then implement it. So my advice to you is to do the same thing. So I would love to introduce you or have my team introduce you to Med Spa Biz University if you want to set up a coaching call with us. And we can show you the platform and all the benefits you would gain by being a member with Med Spa Biz University. So go ahead, assess first your positioning, see what you need to do to improve it. As a matter of fact, if you would like us to do a branding assessment, we'll be more than happy to do it for you so you can really benefit and be doing better. And then implement that 7 steps to 7 figures that will be very helpful for you. So to wrap up, I'd love to invite you again to reserve that coaching session and have one of my team members sit down with you, learn about your business, and then see how we can help you make it better. All right, so that wraps it up for me. So if you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them. So I'm not sure, I can't really see them. So
Hi, Dori. So, that was an amazing presentation, and it's
you.
interesting. Everything you mentioned, we're in the process of implementing right now because we've been in business for 15 years. In terms of allergen utilization, we're top 1% nationally, top 10 in New Jersey. We've opened up
Wow.
3 additional locations. And just this past year, we really engaged in a rebranding of sorts because we were all over the place. And
Mhm.
a lot of the things you talked about after 15 years of being in business, we are just implementing.
Yeah.
And we never had to implement it because we opened up at a time when people didn't have a lot of choices. I think if you go
Mhm.
back to 2008,
Yeah.
2009,
Yeah.
still fairly early in kind of the industry's kind of early days. And so we just skyrocketed. And now we're finding this increasing challenge because
Mhm.
it's a race to the bottom, it's a price
Yeah.
war.
Yeah.
And one of the things we did just 2 months ago was we implemented a membership program after
Nice.
15 years. Now, in 2 months, we've gotten about 350 members signed up.
Good.
We're on track to do about, by the end of the year, 1,200 to 1,500 memberships.
Nice.
And so it's amazing. And that's really the only time we really discount for
Yeah.
existing members is that VIP membership,
Yeah.
because we want to ensure that their loyalty kind of continues, and we want
Mhm.
to make sure that they stay with us and they're willing to get a discount, but they're still paying more than the $7 a unit, $8 a unit of
Mhm.
Botox. Wonderful topic.
Thank you. Yeah, it's so true because competition is fierce now. There's almost a med spa on every corner, and it truly is that differentiation and the offer and the experience that you deliver. Yet people, Dr. Sony, think, oh, it's so easy, build it and they'll come. And it is so difficult today. You really have to show up in such a great way to grab attention.
No, and the important thing is out of the 7 points you highlighted, you have to hit each one,
Mm-hmm.
to really be a truly successful practice. And
Yeah.
people are amazed if they do a full internal audit of their business, how many places they're lacking. Because again, we did a full internal audit and we were lacking, even though we're successful,
Mm-hmm.
we're still lacking. So I think our goal now is to really kind of elevate the brand to
Mm-hmm.
the next level and to kind of
Yeah.
be that Neiman Marcus choice
Mm-hmm.
opposed to the
Yeah.
Target or Walmart.
Well, the thing is, though, is there's always room for improvement. It does not matter who you are. And you have to keep reinventing yourself because if you don't, then you get stale. And instead of growing, you start going downhill. And a lot of people get comfortable. Like, they think, oh, making $1 million in a med spa is okay. It's not okay. 1 million is nothing now.
Nothing.
You really need to do 2, 3, 4, 5 to even
Correct.
make a profit.
Correct. That's absolutely correct. And you know what? We do have a couple of questions. So let's maybe, here we go. Sharon. My pricing started out really low. how can I position myself better to raise my prices? Can you help with that?
Yeah. You can always reinvent yourself and raise your prices, but you have to raise the experience. You have to raise the value. You have to raise the appearance of your facility. Maybe the team has to look better and communicate better. So you have to relaunch. I would do almost like a fresh start. Here's what our new vision, our new values are. Here's who we want to cater to. Make it very clear and obvious, and you'll be able to actually raise your prices. It's not really, everything goes up too, by the way, like inflation. Allergan just raised their Botox prices again. So you cannot not raise your prices.
That's it. And Dori, your team does provide kind of a specific pathway to do it, because one of the things is we have so many coaches and mentors and advisors, and a lot of the pearls they're giving are kind of very general, but what
Mhm.
people really crave is very specific,
Yes.
actionable
Mhm.
items. And so
Mhm.
can you speak to that a little bit?
Yeah. So over the years, and I've noticed that, like, I was traveling all around the world, I would visit many medical spas, resort spas, and no matter where I went, it seemed like everybody had the same challenges. So, and I've always been a problem solver. So I would come home, come up with a system for it, come up with some strategies, test it, make sure it worked, and then literally I would document the entire process. And that's what we have on Med Spa Biz University. Like every single step of the Med Spa process is documented in manuals, in scripts, in audios, in videos, literally a step-by-step guide on exactly how to do every function. Let's say you want to train your guest relations team. We have an entire module just for guest relations. So you go on Med Spa Biz University, you'll download the manual. There's even a test that they need to pass. They'll watch the videos. They have all the forms that they need, everything. And then you graduate them. And that goes for every department within the medical spa. So we're very, very organized, very systematic. So it's plug and play. So if you teach the team, train them well, role play, and implement, you're going to get results. And that's what Med Spa Biz University is all about.
Fantastic. And I think we have time for one more question. Julie, I'm inspired by Dr. Walters. You mentioned high achiever. What is that? And how do I join?
Yes. So we have 3 different levels of membership. So we practice what we teach. So we teach all of our members to have memberships. And we also offer them to belong to Med Spa Biz University. So the high achiever is our highest level, where you get one-on-one coaching with us. And we also come on location and help you launch a fresh start. And then we have another level, which is the mid level. So that one is $4,500 a month. The mid level is $1,800 a month, and you get one-on-one coaching virtually, plus access to everything on Med Spa Biz University. And then we have a level for solopreneurs, those people who are just starting, one person, which is our lowest level, and that's $1,000 a month to gain access to Med Spa Biz University. It's more of a do-it-yourself type of program. So it depends on where they are in their business. They can select the most ideal, or we help them select the most ideal membership for them so they can really succeed with their business.
Perfect. So, you know what? Thank you so much. It was, really eye-opening. The funny thing is, the more of these webinars I do, the more I learn.
Absolutely.
For
Me
my
too.
own business. And I'm sitting here taking notes and taking screenshots of your presentation just to send.
I'll send it to you.
I know you said that. So just
Yeah.
to send to my
Yeah,
kids.
I would love to come and visit your Med Spa actually in New York and check it
Yes.
out.
No, anytime. It's a
We'll have
standing
to come
invitation.
over and see it. Yeah, in person. It's a pleasure.
So-
Thank you so much. And I would love to have you on one of our webinars. We have a studio right here in Daytona Beach. That's where we do all of our education. So I would love to have you on the Meet the Expert show that we do, and have you help our community with all the knowledge that you have.
Yeah, it's a deal. My wife and I have
Sounds
been really aiming to get out of this New Jersey weather.
Yes, come on down. Thank you so much to all the listeners. And thank you, Mike, for helping us, and Dr. Sony and Dr. Lana. I hope
And
to
Dori,
see
I hope we can have you on again.
Oh, absolutely. My pleasure.
For some more webinars. So thank you again, Dori.
All right. Bye, everyone. Good night.
Bye. Thank you.